from here, you choose what database manager you want to use. So these are all these database products that are supported with Data Studio. And I'm going to be using for DB2, Linux, or Windows. So when I click that the default JDBC driver will be used is this one. You could change that from here, and you could also click on this button to point to the location of the JDBC driver you want to use. Normally, the default is the correct one to use. From here, you can choose the database you want to connect to. So let's say I want to do it for the sample database on my local machine. And the same part I'm going to input my information here for my credentials. And the password, I'm going to save this password. I'm going to click on text connection and the connection succeeds. So then I click on next, so you can see what other options you have. This is just to provide filter, so we'll just click on finish. And now we see a new input here called sample1. Now we actually had specified a connection profile for sample. However, there was already a sample connection profile, so Data Studio automatically specified another name for the connection profile, which is sample1, because this should be unique as you will be using them to connect to different databases from this client. So let me expand this database again. And my local host, and then automatically as well. Sample1 is shown here, and also it shows this little two hands later lacking, which means that there's a connection using the connection profile, which is basically going to be connect to the sample1 database. So the connection was done automatically as I created this connection profile. Let me collapse this. Now you can also click on this button if you need to refresh this screen. So whenever you make changes and you don't see them on the 3, just remember to click on refresh. Sometimes it will automatically refresh for you, but in some cases you need to click on this button. Now if you click on this button, we will open the object list editor, and we click there, and it basically provides the summary view of the connection profiles that we have and information about each of them. Then I can pick any of these connection profiles, right click, and I can perform other operations that we'll cover in other videos. When you right click on a given database, like in this case, I right click on the model database, I will get different operations depending on whether I am connected or not. So for the sample one was connected, so I got different menus than the one for Moodle where I am not connected to at this moment. Alright, now let's talk about briefly about working sets. So you know, if you work as a DBA handling hundreds of databases, and there may be some specific databases that you may want to pay attention to. So for that, you may want to create a working set, or maybe there are several DBA in your company and you just work on a specific database. So you can choose by using working sets the databases you want to work on. And you can do that by right click on working sets, configure connections working set. From here, I have this working set already created, but you could have created a new one if you wanted to. So let's say I'm going to create a new working set and I'm call it my test working set. And I'm going to choose which databases I'm going to work with. So I want the Moodle database, I'm going to add it. And let's say I want this other one, and I'm also going to add it and research and add it, and then I click finish. Now I select it, it has to be selected, and then I click OK, and now I'm at working sets. If I drill down, I will choose my test working set that I created, and now I have those three databases that I specified. So now from then on, I can kind of forget about everything and just work on these three databases, which are the one I choose. Because let's say I just work with other databases. So that's how you can use working sets. And again, if you remove that, just right click, choose configure working sets, remove this, and just click OK, and then that will disappear. Now the last button, the last will show you the different things that you can do, and some of them already been explained, like connection profile, refresh, open object, list editor. The rest will be covered in different videos.